Get in the pits of metal chaos with Tanya as she interviews the best of metal from around the world to the gates of hell and back. Now kneel down and show respect for the true creator of metal chaos, Slayer Tanya. Beg for mercy and let the chaos begin.
Alright, we're live in the pits of Metal Chaos. Yo, Dave, I got a line with me. Two guys from Southern Lost, bassist Dylan Bunzio, drummer Nick Souza. What's going on, guys?
What's happening, man?
What's going on, dude?
Hey.
So how was your guys' day today, man?
Fuck yeah, it was good, man. Just hanging out here and enjoying the beautiful weather here in California. About 6 o'clock now over here. Just chilling out, man. Just hanging out. Enjoying this Friday, getting ready for the weekend. What about yourself?
Not much, man. Just chilling, enjoying the May the 4th be with you guys, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure. May the 4th be with you, sir. Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, sir. Woo, yep, get our drink on for Cinco de Mayo, and then Revenge of the 6th the day later.
Absolutely.
So can you guys tell me a little bit of history of this band?
Sure, yeah. Dylan, if you want to...
Yeah, so we're formed up back in February. We're a 5-piece. It's me, Nick, and then Kevin Patterson, Derek Stiles, and Patrick Delaney. Those two guys are out of Santa Cruz. And me, Kevin, and Nick are all out of Dublin, California, which is a little suburb out of the East Bay.
I'm sure you've heard of Dublin, California. If you're a metalhead, you've heard of Dublin, California.
Oh yeah, that's where all the good thrash bands come from.
And if you haven't, I suggest you go to Google Bing or whatever you're using. Google Dublin, California. Yeah, but we're all from there, man, and we started jamming. Back in like February, we got all the members together, and Kevin had come to me. He had some riffs written and some songs, and he said, "Hey, I want to start this project. I know you do the Hatred thing. Like, would you be interested in doing something else?" And if I have time and all that shit. And I was like, "Yeah, I do have time. Because Hatred really isn't too full time right now." So he sent me over the links to the demo or his little pre-production that he recorded himself in his little studio at his house. And I was like, man, this is fucking heavy. It's like the vein of like Obituary and kind of Power Trip, but it's still kind of like it's thrashy, but it has like that hardcore kind of like like a Marauder feel to it at that point. And I really enjoyed it. And he's like, well, fuck, man, I want to pursue this and shit. And we're like, and I'm like, yeah, man, let's make this happen. And he had Dylan Bunzio here, and I guess they had already jammed a few times out in mind. And then we just went on the look and put some ads out and asked some friends, and it was like within 2 weeks, yeah, we had Derek Stiles, our singers, try out from Santa Cruz, and we were like, wow, this is exactly what we're going for. And he knew a guitar player that had formerly played in a band called Drain.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, man, this kid, he's killer, and he's not really doing anything right now. I mean, this is totally up his alley. Let's ask him. And so a week later, we tried out Patrick, and gels really well with all of us.
Got super lucky, basically.
Great player, and from then on, we was like, wow, let's just do this, and fucking be getting together like twice a week now, and just doing that. And that's pretty much the inception of Southern Lost.
Right.
So, yeah. Yeah.
So now who came up with the name of the band?
It was Kevin's idea. It was Kevin's. He already had the logo going, and he already had the name. Pretty much, it was kind of easy. We were just kind of, he was like, it's called Sudden Loss. This thing I've been coming up with. Yeah, it was kind of like an idea pitched to all of us, and yeah, we just kind of ran with it, and it was cool. It was good. It was pretty easy so far. It's been smooth, with the whole beginning process of starting a band, that kind of shit.
Now, besides Nick being in Hatred, any of the other guys in the band, or you, Dylan, you guys been in the other bands besides Sudden Loss?
Yeah, I've actually played in Fake Enemies, which was a hardcore band out of the East Bay, and then I played in another band with Kevin Patterson. The other guitar player, a few years back, we had this band called Revile. We were a hardcore, like, death metal crossover. We did a little bit of, local shows here and there and stuff like that. But, yeah, me and Kevin kind of been grooving together for a little while, writing music and getting things going and tearing it up, and pretty much just, he's been pitching me these riffs. I swear to God, he's had some of these riffs since 2015, and it just really, really made them precise, and everything's kind of coming together like into one big awesome thing.
And then, yeah, Derek also, he also plays another band called I Immortal, which they're a metal band out of the East Bay, too, out of, he's there in Oakland. And I think he also, no, he doesn't do Revoke anymore. No. Yeah, he used to be in a band called Revoke. And then, yeah, like I said, Patrick used to play in a band called Drain.
Kevin was in,
and then, Kevin was, so basically how me and Kevin got together was Kevin was in a band with me last year, and the year before that, like 2016, 2017, called Liar's Cult, and it was a very dark, like metal band. It wasn't quite black metal, but it was very dark. And it was Scott Deneau from Bleeding Through. He was actually the other guitar player. And yeah, that's how I began jamming with Kevin, and that's how why he wanted to pitch me some Lost material, was because pretty much that, yeah, that, like,
we're all looking towards the same thing.
We'd already jammed together, and we'd already, done filled each other out, and went down to LA and done a few runs together, so it was kind of perfect for all this to come together like that. But yeah, Liar's Cult, we were both in that last year, but then that broke up at the beginning of this year. It's kind of turned into the exception of this band.
So how's your guys' hometown fan base so far?
It's pretty good. It's not bad. Obviously we have to start with our friends and just branch out with that. And we've been getting a lot of our friends to share the material. We released our first demo on March 5th. It's called A Sealed Fate. We recorded it with Cody Fuentes, who plays drums in a band called Spite, which they're actually going to be on tour this summer with Attila, Suicide Silence, Rings of Saturn. And he is actually, he won't be on the tour because he's really, really busy with his with his producing. Basically, we're just, we recorded that demo, and we released it, and we had a pretty good response. People were really digging that. It was like very, very thrash metal with like old school feel to it, yeah, with like the new kind of growls of the vocals. So it's been getting receptive pretty well, pretty fast too. We just pretty much just released the demo and then just had people share it, and you can also buy it. And we've had a pretty good number, for being an unsigned local band, pretty good number of demos sold on our website, as well as merchandise. We've just been trying to spread the word any way we can. Try to do, cheaper merchandise, merchandise packages, stuff to bring people in. And it seems like it's working. It seems like, people are emotionally invested into our music. So we can't wait to get out there and play more shows. You know, we played our first show 2 weeks ago, so and pretty good response there.
Who'd you guys play with?
It was Hellheart. It was Hellheart. They're a really great band.
A lot of fun to play with.
A lot of fun to play with. I played with them a few times with Hatred. They're always great. They always bring a great crowd, and we brought a good crowd as well, and made some new friends. And played with Icarus, a band called 4199. They did a really great job. So yeah, man, it was fun. And then
good turnout.
Yeah, it was a great turnout. Great turnout. Family came out. Everyone's family. The promoter Dwayne, Liquid Dwayne Promotions. You know, always great hospitality for us. This is the first time I played it with Sun Lost, but with Hatred, it's always been really great hospitality. They always feed us and make sure we're taken care of and all that kind of stuff. So we had a really good time with the promoter, meeting new people, and our next show is actually going to be next weekend in Los Angeles, playing with some friends from down there.
Yeah, we're playing at the Top Space in LA. Pretty much we're trying to get this thing packed in. The Top Space is kind of a small venue, but it looks like just going to be a blast. Pretty much getting the band. We're going to travel down there on Saturday morning. We're playing that night, and got a little bit of promoting to do for that one still. Pretty much. And then after that, we got our next show, which is the next following weekend on the 18th. We're playing Cafe Colonial in Sacramento. Pretty much trying to think right now.
Yeah. So it's next. That's the May 18th. May 18th in Sacramento. Right. That's going to be Capital Chaos, and Tina Mattis Production is putting that on for us. So we're grateful to have three good shows in a row with really actually reputable promoters here in California. And yeah, that one we booked a while ago. That was actually supposed to be our first show, but we decided to book the first two because we were ready to start jamming and playing. And but it will be our first time actually headlining, so that'll be interesting. There. Yeah, I know, because it's always a hit or miss with headlining. You never know how that goes.
Yeah.
And especially being a new band, you know.
So you think there'll be any shows with Hatred in the future?
Yeah, I think so. There's some rumblings. We're trying to get something, later this year. I would have to pull the Gary Holt and do the double duty,
Yeah.
But I guess, if Gary can do it at 50 years old, I should be able to do it at 24.
So now, Nick, what age did you begin playing the drums, man?
So I began, so 2005 I began playing drums, so that was 13 years ago, so I was 11. I was 11 when I started playing drums, and it was funny because my brother played bass, my dad is a vocalist, and we knew way too many guitar players, so to be honest, I really didn't choose drums. Drums chose me. My dad was kind of like, yeah, there's too many guitar players. I'm a fucking vocalist. Your brother plays bass. So, yeah, we're getting you a drum set, which was cool because I was into that. I was totally like fucking huge into Slipknot at the time. Joey Jordison, that kind of shit. Fucking looking up to Tom Hunting, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. I'm down with that. That's awesome. So, yeah, I just started playing there. Never really took lessons. I had pointers from like John Tempesta and like Dave Lombardo, Paul Bostaff a few times, and Nick Barker. Really, Tom Hunting giving me some pointers here and there, asking me what I do or how would I approach this, or whatever. Coming up to me before shows and giving me words of encouragement, and but I never really took lessons. Just really watched YouTube videos and, I don't know, try to master the craft as best as I can, and played in some bands growing up in high school. One with Lucas Mann from Rings of Saturn. We played in actually our first band together. And just from there, just kept jamming with dudes, and then the Hatred thing came about in like 2012, and went to Europe with them, did a few tours here in the U.S., and yeah, it's fucking ever since then, man. It's been a blast. Been loving what I've gotten to do through just playing drums. You know, travel the world, meet great people, do shit like this. You know, little fucking whatever, playing fucking little venues. You know, fucking going on people's podcasts. I love it, all that shit. You know, this is what we live for. You know, so it's great.
So what was
like Dusty Rhodes, are you a wrestling fan?
Oh yeah.
Like he says, sometimes you fucking play festivals, you wine and dine with kings and queens, and you sat in an alley and ate pork and beans. You know, it's so true. It's so true for the music industry.
Yeah. So what was the first drum kit that you owned?
For me, it was in 2005, I got a PDP drum set. It was a Pacific PDP kit, and it was great. It was awesome. It sounded killer. I had it for about 5 years. It was just a little 5-piece trap kit. I obviously added more cymbals onto it the better I got, and the double kick pedal and anything to metal it up. But and then I canned that because I wanted to kick drums, and I didn't want to get a PDP. I wanted Tama at the time. I really liked Tama. And I still do. I love the hardware. I love the quality. I've had that drum set almost 10 years, and it still sounds killer. So now I'm playing a Tama Rockstar kit, and it's not a high-end kit, but I've gotten some really good heads and done some little things to it, tweaks with the hardware to make it you know, industry standard.
Yeah. So no endorsements yet?
Yeah, I do. I have a drumstick endorsement through Silver Fox, and actually I have a Peisty endorsement, cymbals. So, and with nothing through Sudden Loss, but Hatred has an ESP endorsement, a Dunlop endorsement, and Nady Wireless endorsement.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So Dylan, when did you start playing bass?
So, actually, I started playing guitar when I was about 8 years old. So back in like 03, maybe 02. And from there, kind of bass came to it too. My brother got a bass because he wanted to play something because I was playing something, and well, he kind of dropped the bass. He didn't really play it too much, so you know, I decided one day I'd pick it up and mess around with it. I'd already been playing guitar a couple years by then, and bass is really cool, man. I had a lot of fun playing it. You know, I started off on some little Ibanez 4-string that was like $200 with an amp, you know, like a 10-watt amp or whatever for your bedroom. It's some piece of crap amp. Really, the guitars, you know, I started playing right now, you know, first guitar I think I had that was like one of the craziest things I ever bought. I went and saved up my money and bought a Dean Dimebag Razorback, the green slime one, and I played that through a twin reverb with a shitty distortion pedal, you know, the same kind of rig Dime was using when he was playing clubs, because I wanted to kind of emulate that sound and everything. And like I said, with the bass, I started listening to the bass players and stuff, man, and Rex Brown from Pantera, David Ellefson from Megadeth, all those guys, you know, they really just started hearing these bass riffs that were underneath the guitar, and it was like something that was kind of hidden there that, you know, nobody was really, it's like, is anybody hearing this besides me? And I kind of really started to love the bass, and right now I'm playing through a Ampeg 610 with the SVT Pro with a KHDK overdrive pedal, and pretty much that's the rig I'm using for Sudden Loss, and I've been using for the past few months here.
So Rex Brown and David Ellefson are your biggest bass influences?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely would say so. I've been, like I said, Megadeth was one of the first real thrashy bands that my friend Austin had showed me when I was younger, and you know, we'd started kind of jamming and same thing. Like I would play, he'd play some of the guitar riffs, and I'd play the bass riffs, and I was starting to learn, you know, Peace Cells and all these cool little intro riffs and stuff like that, Tornado of Souls, all those kind of things. I was just totally blown away with some of the articulation. I didn't think bass players played like guitar players, so it was really cool to kind of learn something new about bass and start learning, Paul Gray from Slipknot, absolutely one of my, when I was growing up, started listening to metal through middle school, high school, and just really got listening to those kind of, playing along with those riffs and the older Slipknot stuff, Iowa, the self-titled album, all that stuff. Right now, I'm using a Schecter Omen 4. Love the bass, and like I said, I started on a couple of cheaper Ibanez guitars, moved up, and then I bought the Schecter because I like the neck profile, and the body profile was a little bit thinner than the Ibanez I was using, so I decided to stick with that one for a little while here. My other bass I'm using right now is a Stingray. And I really like that too. I actually bought it off a buddy of mine when I bought the amp, and I've been using that thing now for live shows and stuff like that. It's got a different sound a little bit. We used a couple of different things like that. I also ended up using some of my guitar equipment for the actual recording of the demo and stuff like that too. We used the Razorback and a couple of other my guitars and things like that for the recording of the stuff, the actual tracks. So, it was actually kind of cool to be able to kind of learn one thing and then have it turn into something else completely, because, like I said, I started off playing guitar, and now I'm playing full-time bass in this band, and I don't think, there's not really much looking back from there.
Awesome, man. So, Nick, who are your biggest drummer influences?
Fuck, man, I have a lot of drummer influences, a lot for different reasons. For basically to start off, probably I'll start with Paul Bostaff, for obvious reasons. Drummer, Slayer, fucking Testament, a little bit in Exodus, Systematic, Forbidden Evil. I feel like my style is closest to his. Very, very strong right hand. His attack, every hit he fucking does is meaningful. It's not just a waste. And then there's other drummers go on to like fucking awesome drummers like Alan Cassidy from Black Dahlia Murder, just fucking kills it. His blast beats, the fills, the intricacy, the cleverness with the his drumming. Even people like Nick Barker, he was an influence on me growing up, from Dimmu Borgir and Cradle of Filth and a little bit in Testament, and now he plays in Brujeria and Lockup. But just like him and Gene, just powerful and fast, and it's just these big men, just these fucking massive dudes, just fucking going a million miles an hour, and it was like. It's awesome. It's that kind of shit. And then when I was younger, Joey Jordison, definitely. It's something to break the ice, something to get me, to lure me in. The mask, his playing, the double kick, the intricacy. Like with his playing, as a kid, it was just so off the wall and just so crazy. And then you go. Even drummers, I look up to the former drummer of Hatred is Alex Bent, and he plays in Trivium now. And fuck, man, I love watching his videos too. He's so fast, and it's just so he makes them look so effortlessly, and it's like, just looking at videos like that, and listening to their albums and that kind of shit. It's cool, and it's cool to meet these people too as well. A lot of them are just my dad's friends, so it's kind of nice to be able to ask them questions. I remember like fucking bugging Dave McClain from Machine Head as a kid, just like kind of maybe over the top doing it, just asking him, nerding out, asking him question after question after question. He was cool. He answered every question I had to ask him, and he's definitely one of my biggest influences. The structure of his playing, the thought process behind his beats, are well thought out, and all that shit. But I can go on for hours, from fucking Nico McBrain to Chris Adler, I can go on for hours about drummers. But those are probably some of my top people that. And Dave Lombardo. I have to give a shout out to Dave Lombardo because fuck, Anyway, but yeah, those are my top influences for my go-tos for drummers.
Awesome, man. So now I know you guys are still new yet and only did one show, but do you have a fondest memory of being in this band so far?
I'm sorry. We have a
fondest memory so far being in the band Sun Loss.
You know, probably my fondest memory so far was hearing Derek in the booth the first time over the final tracks. Hearing the vocals over it, it just really brought the track to life for me, because I've been hearing Kevin, you know, with this riff for A Sealed Fate for 2 years, and there's never any vocals behind it. And finally hearing the vocals and how powerful and everything that it all came together, it was a real song finally, and it really just, Sudden Loss kind of came to life right then for me at that moment.
How about you,
I
Nick?
think for me, of the best memory would just be like when we were in Rapture Studios with Cody Fuentes, hearing the final mixes and like just kicking it. We were just fucking drinking, you know, smoking some weed and shit, and just fucking listening to them. Just like, wow, this is awesome. Like, this is great. Like, we just totally took these riffs this guy fucking had and just fucking gave them life. And you know, and another fond memory I would say was shooting the music video from Wrath in the Hands of God. We already shot a music video. If you haven't checked it out yet, check it out on YouTube. It's on our YouTube page for Sudden Loss. We did the song for Wrath in the Hands of God with Cody Burleigh. Kevin Burleigh. He's a good guy. Fucking great photographer and great filmmaker as well. Yeah, that was a good memory because it was cool. We fucking tarped up a friend's house and made it look like a fucking like a sketchy surgeon's room, and it was the concept of the video was just like dying on the table. Just like 1 second we're normal, 1 second we're all bloodied and doctored up. So you know, that was a good memory. That was a good memory. I'm sure many more to come. Many.
Oh yeah. So the song "Wrath in the Hands of God," what is it about, man?
So it's, well, you know, honestly, it's about Kevin. Apparently, it was Kevin's cousin, has special needs, and, I believe it's loosely based on them having to pull the plug on a loved one. I don't think it's like not directly like every lyric is dedicated to that, but it's loosely based on that, how fucked it is that this fucking kid had to go do that. He didn't even want to, apparently, and they had to force him to go in there and, you know, say, not pull the plug, but say goodbye to his mother. And it's just wrath in the hands of the God. And it starts with a quote, and it's just like someone is just giving up on all hope, and it says, "Fuck you, God. Strike me down if you would dare, you tyrant." And it's just like, you know, it's life. It's crazy. I thought it was a great fucking, kind of a little morbid, little twisted, little fucking, you know, sick and twisted. But you know, it made for a great song, and it's real, and it made for a great video, and there was nothing, no disrespect. There was nothing at all. It was just, it is what it is. That's life, and life can be fucking miserable sometimes. That's why we play metal.
So you guys want to take a break and spin that song right now?
Hell yeah, man, let's do it.
All right.
Let's spin a song.
Strike me down if you dare, you tyrant.
Let
Alright, we're back live on air with Sudden Loss, Dylan and Nick. You guys just heard Wrath in the Hands of God. Hope you people enjoyed that fucking song.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So now, you guys got any funny or embarrassing moments with this band so far?
Actually, we do. There's this, I won't use names for this one, but there was this band. They wanted us to open this show at a skate shop, and it was a very, and we've been to shows at the skate shop before. We've even played shows at the skate shop before, but we decided not to for reasons, that are whatever, our own business. And instead of saying, "Oh man, oh hey shucks, guys can't do it,"
Next time, yeah.
they went online and totally blasted it. Like, it was hilarious. We were dying of laughter. They were just blasting us online. Like, so basically, Kevin in one of our photos had wristbands and a bullet belt. And they were like, "Oh man, who wears wristbands anymore? This and that. Who do you think you are, this big rock star wearing wristbands and bullet belt and this and that, and this?" And we were just we were just dying of laughter. And they were like posting pictures on our personal sites, like trying to talk shit. They were talking shit about my dad and like Gary and like fucking, and they were like talking shit to the promoters. They were trying to troll us and ruin our reputation, but it backfired like huge in their face, because their show that they wanted us to fucking open ended up getting canceled
As of like yesterday.
and it was just like, so we were just dying. It was hilarious because it was like, here it is, all that shit talking, like you brought they were tagging Exodus and tagging my dad, and so naturally, they do look at all that stuff, so they looked at all that and they were asking, like, what the hell's going on? And I told them, like, oh, this band, they're trolls, like, no one likes them, everyone in the scene, really just talks crap about them, like, they're just a shitty band. And they fucking, basically, yeah, they just, like, they tried to ruin us, and it totally backfired in their face, and now they just look like clowns. And ironically, the same day they wanted us to do that show at the skate shop, Tina and Capital Chaos asked us to headline in Sacramento. So on top of all that shit talking, we have a headlining show in Sacramento, and they have nothing. So that's probably so far in our little time here in Sun Lost, that has been the funniest thing that has happened so far.
So now, besides the Facebook page, you guys got a website for the band yet?
Yeah, we got this really great website up there. Suddenlossofficial.com. Yeah, and we're constantly on it, like once a week updating it, letting everyone know what's kind of going on.
We have sales.
Yeah, dude, we have like flash sales on our website. We had a 420 sale. We have these cool little lighters with bottle openers. So for say if you bought anything, you got one for free. Throw you in there. Throw an extra one in there for you. And then we just all that shit. Any like brand new shows that come up, any personal blogs we have to our fans, or any music video is posted up there.
Touring schedules, dates.
Yeah, all that shit. Our photos. Who to contact if they want to book us. All that stuff. But that's suddenlossofficial.com. As well, yeah, we have the Facebook, and then you can check us out on Instagram, which is Instagram Sudden Loss Official. And we're pretty active on our social media, like you have to be as a newer band. Just try to respond to all the fans, try to accommodate anybody with special requests or special needs, and
Constantly working out dates for shows.
yeah, just doing that.
So let me do some fun question with you guys, man.
Yeah.
Well, what's both your guys' favorite food to eat?
Drunk, it's Mexican, probably. Sober, I'd have Chinese. I don't know.
Oh man. shit. For me, sober would probably. Oh man, sober. Oh, but that's stupid because I like to eat pizza when I'm drunk too. So, I'm just gonna say pizza. Probably pizza and probably Mexican food, man.
Pizza a lot together.
And fucking going ham on a burrito, but I can go ham on a burger too, man.
Just want to throw it out there. Our guitar player's nickname, we eat pizza a lot. His nickname is the Deep Dish Bitch. So
Patrick Delaney, we call him the Deep Dish Bitch. So if we ever come down to Chicago, you gotta show us where the real deep dish is, man.
Yeah, no problem, man.
So, or down to Illinois. I don't know if you're in Chicago or not, but Illinois.
So what's your guys' favorite beverages to drink?
Are we talking alcoholic?
Either or answer both, whatever you want to do, man.
For me, my favorite beer is, we got a brewery out here, I don't know if you ever heard, called Drake's. It's about 10 minutes away from my house. Is the Denogonizer, baby. You have fucking 3 of those, and you are fucked up. They're like 10.0, they're double IPA, and they taste good. They're easy to go down. I like that. I can do fucking Jameson ginger whiskey, you know, some fucking Jack and Coke if they have no Jameson. That's always good.
there's a couple good.
What do you like, Dylan?
Yeah, there's a beer company out here, actually local one from Monterey called Alvarado Street Brewery, and they have a beer called Joint Slice that they did with another company. Forgive me, I remember the other company, but it's like a triple IPA. That thing was crazy. It's 11% or something like that. I love that. That beer was probably my favorite beer I've ever had. And then Jameson, just good old Jameson. You never know when that can.
Little Irish whiskey, baby.
That's right. What it's gonna do.
All right, so first metal concert both you guys went to?
All right, there we go first.
Rob Zombie and Korn. Back in '06, I believe. I think I was like 11 or 12, and I went with my dad and my brother. My dad listened to Korn already, and he was down to take me and my brother. I can't even remember where that show was at, but it was one of the craziest things in my life, man.
For me, my first concert was Thrash of the Titans with fucking Legacy, Anthrax, SOD, fucking Flotsam and Jetsam, Death Angel, Violence, yeah, I didn't stutter, and Forbidden Evil. I'm sure you've seen the flyer. But that was my first ever concert, and fuck, what a way just to start off my being like fucking, I think I was like 6 or 7 years old, just to fucking kick off my metal fucking veins, just to see my dad up there and to see Marco Segeda and Phil Demmel and Scott Ian, and that's when Chuck Billy was sick with cancer, and so it was a benefit to raise money for him, and I thought, you know, what a great, looking back on it, what a great first show. When I was that age, I didn't really know. I was running around with, you know, Cody Billy, Chuck Billy's son, and, Nathan Allen, John Allen's son from Sadis, you know, and my brother, and running around with those kids, and we were all like fucking, I was 7, I think my brother was like 10 or 11, and they were like 12. It was great. It was, I will remember that will forever stick in my mind. And it was a great evening, and I always hear people reference that evening even till this day. So how legendary that evening was, and for that to be my first show, you know, it felt like destiny for me to be in this industry.
Now, what kind of musical advice would you give bands that are starting out now?
I'd say don't give up. Learn from your mistakes, and listen to people who have done it for a while, and then pretty much just keep, you know, just keep your wits about you. Don't try not to trust everybody, you know.
Work through the tough shit.
And you know, work through the tough shit. People will leave. People, you know, you'll have setbacks, but anytime you have a step back, you gotta fucking take 2 steps back, 4 steps forward. You know, that's gotta be the mentality. Just want it. Know that there's no money involved. Know that you're doing this for passion. Sometimes you'll be on the road and you won't get a lot of sleep, and that's just the way it is. And you got to play every show with high energy, and you got to give everyone your 100%. So there's adapting. It's definitely not for everyone. I know people very, very close to me who do this currently who it's not for, and it's sad to see them on the road or doing interviews because you can just tell their head isn't in the game. And at this point in the metal industry, 2018, it's pretty apparent. But yeah, I mean, just do it for fun. Do it because you love it. Fucking have a good time. Make some merch. Fucking fuck some bitches. Fucking drink some beer. Have a good time. Make some friends. That's it.
Now, in the next 5 to 10 years, where are you guys hoping to see the Southern Lost at?
I would hope to be in the next 5 or 10 years to be on the road 9 months out of the year. Between this and Hatriot, if I could, I would hope to where we can really buckle down and push this as our glorified hobby to where we can take off and we can get this in the hands of the right people and in the right ears, and the right people, good people want to work for us, and good people want to vouch for us and help us out. I would love to do what my dad does and do this, 9 to 10 months out of the year and see the world. And, I've gotten to taste a little bit of that with Hatriot, and it's awesome. It's great. It's cool. And so far, we're booking shows right now in Santa Cruz, Reno right now. So we're trying to practice getting out there before, so we can, if it ever happens. Then hopefully, if not, then we will always still play. We'll always just have a good time doing this. But hopefully that's where we are in the next 5 or 10 years.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank both you guys for the interview, man.
Yeah, right on, man. Yeah, it's been fun, Dave. Really